Do you feel like you're somebody who is constantly overwhelmed by worrying thoughts, anxiety, or doom scrolling on Instagram, comparing yourself to absolutely everyone? In this video, I want to share with you exactly how I went from a misdiagnosis of bipolar disorder at 19 years old to only a decade later becoming a best-selling author and helping thousands of women be able to transform their lives with one of the most important functions of our brain that you are going to learn exactly how to hack: the thinking, feeling, acting loop. And what we're going to do today is teach you exactly how you can use that overactive mind as a superpower to create outrageous success in every single area of your life. The thinking, feeling, acting loop is the easiest way for us to understand exactly how behavior, emotion, and thoughts influence the way in which we move through life. And if you've ever noticed, you are an incredible storyteller. You tell the most elaborate stories to yourself, but oftentimes those stories actually aren't supportive of where we want to go and who we want to know ourselves as, and end up limiting us, keeping us stuck in fear and stuck in anxiety. We tell this nightmare of a story rather than a fairy tale about who we can become. So the first part of the thinking, feeling, acting loop is thinking, right? This is the storytelling. And what I want you to do is take a moment and just think of one thing that you want, just one thing that you want this year. Write it down. And then I want you to take a moment and close your eyes and just notice the story that you are telling yourself about having that thing. Maybe you're telling yourself that you're not meant for it, that you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, that people like you don't get those types of experiences. It doesn't matter what the story is, because what we're going to do today is throw it away, literally put it in the trash, light the trash on fire, so that you can create a new story and be able to interject this thinking, feeling, acting loop, and again, be able to create incredible results by understanding how to hack your brain. So you've got your story, you've got the desire, we know what it is that we're thinking repetitively. The next piece of the thinking, feeling, acting loop is feeling. Every single thought that we think creates a specific emotional response in the body. That emotional response, if you think about it, is actually so influential on the action that we're taking. Knowing what the desire is, knowing the story that you've just written down that you tell yourself, as you read that story back, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel excited, inspired, confident, expanded? Like, is it that type of feeling where you wake up in the morning and you're like, I have so much energy, I can do anything and everything. You put on a cute outfit, you go to the coffee shop, you flirt with the guy, you apply for a job that maybe you're unqualified for, but you're like, nah, I got this. That is the type of energy that inspires bold movement. But again, if we're telling ourselves these stories that make us feel like shit, then what is our action going to reflect? Well, poor confidence, lack of energy, being lethargic, being in a freeze state or fearful, anxiety. So taking that same exact example, if we're telling ourselves a story that doesn't make us feel good, then we're probably not going to be taking that big, bold action that we would if we were feeling super confident and in our most fully expressed, like, highest selves. So you know the feeling, you know what inspired the feeling, that shitty story that you've been telling yourself. And again, now we're seeing that beyond the feeling itself, the feeling is influencing the action that you are taking. So what I want us to really focus on from this point forward in this video is how do we actually hack into this system that is our thinking, feeling, acting loop, so that if we do notice we're telling ourselves a story that doesn't align with where we want to go, or we are feeling a certain way that is causing us to, Netflix all day and just binge a show, or stress eat, or stay just like holed up in our house, never going out and socializing or meeting new people, or limiting the opportunities that we put ourselves out there for. If we notice that's coming up because of a certain feeling, then all we need to do is fix the feeling or fix the thought in order to address the action. So instead of telling yourself a story of, this isn't meant for me, I can't have this, it's gonna take a million years for me to do this. What if that wasn't true? Now, that same piece of paper that you wrote your story down, I want you to write down, what if this wasn't true? Then what story would I tell? This is a really simple exercise, and I want you to even maybe just pause this video for a second and start writing that down, and notice as you're writing it down, what is the associated emotion and feeling with this story? Now, this is the magic of being able to hack the thinking, feeling, acting loop and completely change your life, because in this moment alone, as you're telling yourself this new story, it is literally setting up a different different chemical response in your body that is your emotional state. Now, there are tons of different tools that you can also use to hack your feeling beyond just telling a new story. I love breath work, meditation, movement, getting a good sauna in, going for a walk. I mean, really a lot of the basics are what can allow for us to feel good again. But these are just really simple ways that you can begin to shift the way that you feel and the way that you think in the moment, right? It's not about these massive shifts that we make. It's about who we are acting as in the moment and the compounded effect of that over time. So as you can see, it's almost as if there's this triangle, right? The thinking, feeling, acting loop. Thinking influences feeling, feeling influences action, and action actually starts to influence the way that we think, right? Because if we are creating this self-fulfilling prophecy of here's the story, and this is how the story makes me feel, and I act this way because I feel this way, then what's gonna happen? We're only gonna continue to confirm that story rather than like literally break the chain of events and create a new way of being. So if this has inspired you, what I want you to focus on over this next week is just becoming aware of the story, the associated feeling, and just stalk all of your action to see, what is this aligned with? Is it aligned with the most empowered version of myself? Or am I actually just continuing to recreate the self-fulfilling prophecy of a version of myself that I actually no longer want to be? The beauty of being a human is that we can shift in this moment, a choice, one single opportunity. And this is what the thinking, feeling, acting loop and our awareness around it can provide. So I hope that this has been helpful for you to understand how you can exit the spiral of anxiety, how you can take control of your life, and how you can create outrageous success in any area, whether it is career, your relationships, your self-image, your health. All you need to do is understand the story, become aware of the feeling, and notice the actions that follow. And in the moment that you notice any of those particular aspects of the loop, that's your opportunity to say, I get to choose a new way. I get to choose a new feeling, and I get to choose a damn new story. If this video has been helpful for you, make sure that you follow along, subscribe to my channel below, leave a comment as well if this has resonated with you, and if you've noticed anything about yourself just by learning a little bit more about the thinking, feeling, acting loop. There are tons more videos just like this coming your way, so I hope to see you on the next one.